Player to another. Dark soul lights. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the Nude Clan.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast that sheds hope, sheds hosts. Faster than it sheds pounds. It sheds a hose.
Sheds hope.
Sheds
hope away.
I am your hope shedder, Caleb Schweiss.
I am Joe.
I am your host from the East Coast, A4.
And today, A4, are you okay? You sound a little rough.
I'm fine. I promise I'm fine.
Are you sure, man? You do sound like you're ready to upchuck.
No, I'm fine. I promise.
I mean, I told you it's those IPAs. They taste like shit for a reason, man. The hops. How do you like the hops? How do you get past it?
You just keep drinking, and that's fine.
So I went to a film festival a few weeks ago in Kanab, and
no, he said keep drinking. That'd be gay.
They fuck you guys so fucking much. All right, and they had free beer from the Wasatch Brewery.
God.
Yeah, dude.
Wasatch.
Open tap. And I had to ask the guy, I was like, look, I don't know beers very well. Just give me the one with the least hoppy taste. And he did. And it was good.
What was it?
Don't remember. Should remember, but don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, Wasatch.
Wasatch Brewery.
Wasatch is okay. Epic is the gross one. That's
what was awesome is that it was free. I've never been anywhere with free beer, so that was like a first for me. Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, free beer is awesome.
Free beer was great. But yeah, today we are going to review Devour, which I think of that fucking not great Shinedown song every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Shinedown song named Devour.
Devour, ya na 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 na. Devour, it's your final hour.
Yeah.
It's
it was a big radio hit for a long time.
It was on the radio a lot, and it's pretty damn mediocre. I put it in that same category as that Grab the Bull by the Horns song, which is like, this is a stupid song.
The Atreyu song?
Yeah, the Atreyu one.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would ever like that band?
I do. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, some of their early stuff is great. The Poison. No, that's Bullet for My Valentine.
Yeah, that is Bullet for My Valentine, which I...
No, the Curse. I'm sorry. The Curse is Atreyu. The Curse and Lead Sail's Paper Anchor are pretty good albums. Not going to lie.
I hate Lead Sail Paper Anchors.
I know you do, but I can't lie. I like that album. I think there's some good songs on there.
I like the one after that.
Which one has Grab the Bull by the Horns?
That one does.
That's Lead Sail's Paper Anchor.
Do you like that song?
Not especially. There's some good songs on that album that aren't that. I like Doomsday. I like Blow. I like When Two Become One.
You're just saying songs I don't know. So I believe you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Those are songs on that album. Falling Down is okay. Atreyu's not bad. I know they're kind of like more emo than metal, but I appreciate those albums.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what the one after that was called, but I actually kind of like a few of the songs. On
I think it's The Congregation or something like that.
Yeah, Congregation of the Damned, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's got a couple good songs on there. And that's from a guy, I hated that band in high school. I hated it.
I never listened to Atreyu in high school. I got more into Atreyu when I heard their songs in Burnout.
Oh,
namely
yeah.
Burnout, Revenge of Burnout, Paradise.
Yeah. Paradise, I just turned on my own music.
Oh, I heard I heard their Bon Jovi cover. I've heard that.
Was that You Give Love a Bad Name?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that one's not great.
No, it's really not.
It's not. I'll level with you on that one.
Anyway, this is the video game podcast where we talk about Atreyu. Hope you don't mind if we delve into that a little bit. Does anybody have information on this game? Or
It came out this year.
didn't it just barely come out? Devour?
Yeah, I think it was like February or so.
Is it like a big popular game? I was just kind of thrust into this thing.
Not really.
Doesn't seem very popular. I don't see a lot of streamers playing it per se.
Yeah, it didn't take off quite like the Faz did. That came out around Halloween, and a lot of people were playing it. I don't know why I compare it to that. I guess that's just what I was into when I got this game. So it's not really that. It's not quite the same thing.
There is no Wikipedia page for this game.
Yeah.
It's very indie,
Yeah.
so that doesn't shock me at all.
Made by Straight Back Games.
Subsidiary of
Made
Gayback.
made in Unity. Developed by Joe Fender and Luke Fanning. Has a 9 out of 10 on Steam.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Not for long. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, what do you do in this game?
Well, in Devour, you burn her alive. That's the
You burn her alive. That's
you burn her alive.
You grab goats and you put them in the fire, and that's how you burn her alive.
Exactly. So you're running around this farmhouse, and there's this really fucking tall, kind of gangly, gross-looking chick that's walking around, and you're just kind of exploring. You're finding keys, just like a classic like Resident Evil game, and you had to find you open up the doors and you find little goats running around, like tiny little goats, little midget goats. And what you have to do in this game is you have to feed those goats little packets of hay that you find, like little piles of hay, and you throw it on the ground. And then while the goat is eating the hay, you pick up the goat and you take it out into the the front yard, and there's
just
a fucking...
imagining someone who has no idea what this game is about listening to this. You got to pick up the goat. Okay, go ahead.
It's
you
not
pick
that
up the
far
goat.
off.
You pick up the goat and you put the goat in the pyre, and then you put gasoline on the goat, and then do you have to have matches? I don't remember. I don't think you do.
Yes, you do.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah. And you light the goat on fire.
Do you have matches in this one, or is that in Pacify?
No, you do get matches in this one.
Fuck, are you
How
sure?
could you get these games mixed
I
up?
don't know. It's so weird. And then you burn the goat. And when you burn the goat, the chick that's walking around freaks out and like throws a huge fit, and she'll like rampage around. And what'll happen is she'll start chasing after me. And when she gets to me, which she almost certainly will, she grabs me, screams really loud, and then
It'll make you jump. It'll make you fucking...
it'll get you. It's a
shit
jump
your pants.
scare.
Yeah.
Much like Five Nights at Freddy's or a few of the games that came out in the wake of that game's popularity, it is very jump scare oriented.
Yeah. And shit, what does she do? She
drags you to like the middle of her house.
yeah.
Just like lets you go
Kind of
there.
a random location.
And then
honestly.
you, as a dead, I guess, dying person or whatever, you can crawl, but you can't like speak, as you do have like audio. You can hear each other through the in-game audio, kind of like Phasmophobia, because this was your Phasmophobia replacement, I believe, Schweiss.
Yeah.
And then your other teammates, if there's anybody else on your team, can heal you with these heal packs, and you guys can continue to look for goats. You're looking for 10 goats in total to sacrifice in order to make her calm down enough that you can catch her, I think. Or was that the other game?
So
that was not like Devour at all.
in this one, you burn them, and it basically lifts the you're like exercising her, because the goats. It's almost like her.
So you are ghost hunters in this again.
Pretty much, it's a demonic
Yeah,
cult.
more or less.
It's a demonic cult, and she's one of the cult members, one of the cult leaders, and she got possessed by the Azazel, the demon that they worship. And you have to exorcise him from her, and the goats are like her horcruxes or whatever the fuck you want to call them, and you have to like
Spoilers.
you have to burn the goats alive to free her from that, and then the demon leaves her spirit and then goes to the second map, the asylum. But one of the what does she do to you after she grabs you and like screams? There's like something where it almost looks like she's like laying down next to you.
She kind of takes you to a random location in the building that you're in, or like the environment, I should say.
Yeah, but like before that though, like after she does the scream, and then like it's that scene where she's like being real soft and like just looking over at you. I can't remember what she's doing to you when she does that.
I think she's just looking at you.
No, it's literally just taking you to a different part of the map, so that like it's harder for your teammates to revive you.
Yeah, I know, but before that. After she grabs you, but before she transports you, it's like
she just screams.
Yeah, but it's like she like
you.
It to me. It looks like she's like fucking like she lays me down in bed with her, and like I just got done like porking her real good, and
That's
she's
all
got
it
this.
is.
Like,
If you're into that, then that's all well and good.
I mean, my character probably is. But yeah, and then she transports you to some random spot, and the key really is just shove all the goats in a small area, and then grab goat after goat after goat.
How dare you give away our strategy?
That's the only fucking way to beat this
That was
game.
kind of the way we cheesed this whole game, yeah.
But yeah, the more goats you kill, the more angry and fast she moves.
And when she's moving and like sprinting later on, it has this like weird like just like white noise, just like heavy sound that goes with her when she's running. So you'll be like crouching through this house looking for these fucking goats, and it's just like it's like sound.
But we had kind of a hard time on this thing. We had to play it. We had to do a few games.
Yeah, we did. We had to do it like over a couple days, right?
Yeah, we kind of got lucky when she got stuck. That was how we were able to kind of beat it, more or less.
Wasn't that for that? No, we beat the first one legitimately. Because remember, I got fucking grabbed late game, and you guys killed off the last couple goats before she got
Yeah,
there.
I have that on video. I remember, you're right.
It was the second map that the
this-
chick got stuck.
Yeah,
This
you're right.
fucking one.
I mean, we beat it legitimately, but we did cheese it a little bit. So the game it's a big house, and there's all these different doors, and we were having trouble. We would get to like goat 9, and then we'd all be looking for the last goat. And if all the teammates get down by her before being able to resurrect someone else, well, that's over. That's the game over. So we got game overs a few times.
yeah.
Then eventually, like, I don't remember who figured it out, but someone figured it out. It was me. It was us three, and then Jake as well, playing this game. Someone figured out that you could put a goat in a room, and they wouldn't be able to leave the room if you shut the door on them.
I think it was Jake. He was corralling off goats early on.
So what we realized, we could get all these goats while she was still calm and corral them into one or two rooms,
Yeah.
and then know exactly where all the goats are, so that when she was freaking out later on, and we'd be able to do more goats at a time, basically, when she would freak out later on, well, then we know exactly where the last goat is. So it would be much easier to be able to do that. And it worked like a fucking charm.
yeah, we
kind of had to. We kind of had to put all the goats in one room and just sort of like close it off before they could get out. When we went inside, that's how we were able to get them.
It should have been Goat Corral Simulator 2021.
Goat corral, but
This really is the original goat simulator when you think about it.
This game's full of originality, I would say.
Yeah, that's certainly a unique idea.
Yeah, the Goat Simulator ripped this game off
Yeah,
4 years ago.
seriously. There's that. You have little journal entries lying around, kind of discussing how this kind of like took place. It'll sort of develop the story a little bit, and how like she started becoming possessed and sort of freaking out, and just little like entries to kind of add to the lore. And it's not super great or anything like that, but it does add to some stuff. There's like collectibles on the first map. It's these roses that you can find around the house, and when you find all of them, you unlock like a special skin for all of the characters, and you play these it's weird because you play cult members. You're members of the cult that she's part of, but you're trying to exorcise the demon from her as well, which seems kind of weird. It's like, if you're in the cult, shouldn't you want The demon.
I wasn't paying attention to this fucking story.
Yeah. I was, yeah, it's pretty light on that aspect.
To be fair, it's very minimal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then there's the second map that they just released like a few weeks back. And
Are they going to keep on doing new maps, or?
I think that's the plan. Yeah.
That seems to be the case, yeah.
Well,
which is cool. Yeah. I
I'd
think
like
that's
to do
awesome.
a third map. But yeah, the asylum, she's strapped in a chair, or some other lady.
It's a different lady.
It's
yeah.
a different lady.
You can upskirt this one.
Yeah, that's nice. She's strapped.
It's not very nice.
She's strapped in a chair, and you flip I think you're just calm to walk around the house for a little bit until you find her, right?
Yeah.
And then you flip a switch, and that's it. That lets her go, like a light switch kind of thing, or electricity thing. And what you have to do now, instead of goats, they have rats all over this house. And you got to take the rat and put it on the electric chair, and then, get the, I don't know, a halogen bulb, I guess. I don't know what the fuck
That's
that
like
is.
a fuse or something.
Yeah, a fuse or something. You put that, so you got to look for fuses too. You got to put that in the switch thing, and then you pull on that, and then that shucks the rat, and the rat is the new sacrifice for this lady while she's running around this house. There's no outside to this one; it's all indoors.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's the second level, which we did beat legitimately. The problem was we couldn't corral the rats because every single room, they thought about it, man. They knew that strategy for the goat level. They're like, fuck you guys. There's got to be little holes in the wall that the rats will just walk on through and go to a different part of the house. And so we had to beat that one legitimately. But then again, she did glitch out on the stairway for a little while, which I think gave us a little bit more time on that one, right?
Yeah, it did. And what you do with that one is you lure the rats with like rotting food bowls, like bowls of rotting food.
That's right.
As opposed to hay for the goats in the original map.
Yeah, and then the fuses kind of take the place of the gas cans that you pour onto the goat to burn them alive.
Yep.
So it's like the same game again. It's like the same exact concept.
It's also not just her. There's also these demons that walk out and will grab your foot, and you can like shine a special flashlight on them that will
a UV light, but they're also in the original map as well. They're not in wheelchairs like in the asylum map.
It'll make them burn up, but you only have a certain amount of charge. So if even though they move slow and they're really easy to kill, if there's like 3 of them and you got stuck and you already used up your flashlight, well, they'll kill you too.
Yeah.
That thing recharges so fucking slow, dude. It's insane.
Yeah, the last time we died when we had 9 of them, we lost because I fought her off with the little cum light, the UV light.
Cum light.
And I went down the stairs and one of the retarded fucking demons grabbed me and I had no more charge left, so he just killed me. And in the asylum, they like make all these weird little sounds like they're, off their rocker. And then they fucking like come hump your leg and they kill you.
Yeah, so it's not much on the story end of things.
No, although the girl character, the redhead in the first map, she was driven insane by the actions that you guys took in map 1, and that's who the character is in the second map. It's one of the girl characters from the first area, and you can't play as her on that map because
she's playable in the first one, but you can't play as her in the second one.
I did not put that together whatsoever.
Yeah, I think we talked about it. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, because then you exorcise the demon from her and use her again. But yeah, the demon gets out and he says, basically, we're going to come get you next time. Like, so it's implying that they're going to make another map and we're going to have to do the same shit. That's kind of what the game is, though. It's just you working together with your teammates to stockpile resources, throw them all in one area. When somebody gets down,
ever play this thing single player? Fuck no.
I'm not sure how you could. Like, it seems impossible. It seems built for co-op.
Seems way too difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing. There are achievements for beating it by yourself, but I don't know how that's even feasible. Yeah, it'd be, especially on the rat level, I don't know how the fuck you'd ever be able to do that. Because if you get downed once, I think you're dead. Because everyone's down. So how the fuck are you going to play that?
I don't know. Unless you can crawl to a health pack or something, but I doubt it.
Yeah, unless it has a live system, which I highly doubt.
Yeah, Lunch Lady, another game that's weirdly
Way
reminiscent
different.
of
Way
this
different.
one. In some way, yeah, it's way different overall, but in some ways it's similar. You can actually grab a health pack and you can revive yourself on the ground.
Oh shit! If you
Which
can
is
find
really
one.
nice. Yeah, it's fairly hard to find those fucking things in
Yeah.
the game. Everything in that game is almost invisible.
Devour, the only thing that's hard to find is the last one of the thing you're searching for.
Yeah, I was going to say the clitoris, but
Oh, yeah.
no,
Well, yeah, the goats and the rats are as hard to find as her clitoris, but if you do,
you can see it though if she's strapped into the chair. You can see
you
it.
just shine a UV light on it and she's done.
Yeah. It's just it just starts cooking.
Jesus.
One of the things that's interesting about the game, though, each of the rooms has a potential to require a key. And when you play the map, it's almost like RNG as to which rooms you'll need to find a key for. And the keys are located all over the place in the house and in the asylum. So it does add some replay value there as far as like variety is concerned. It's kind of annoying though, because you get used to having like the main rooms open and you can get in there, but then it'll have like a lock on it. And then other rooms won't have a lock. So you'll have to go around and find various keys. The nice thing about this game though, that other games that you could say are similar to this game, you share keys in this game. Am I right? Oh no, you
No,
don't.
you don't. If one person has the key, they're the only one who has the key.
No, but it's easier to revive them in this game than into other games of a similar genre.
Sort of similar. Yeah, and you don't drop the keys either, so you have to be revived.
Yeah.
If you're going to get into those
That's
rooms.
the one. Yep.
Which is really frustrating because, you might have the key to get to where you need to go, but the person that has it is downed. If you don't have a health pack, you're kind of shit out of luck.
Yeah, so I enjoyed my time in this game. I guess we'll go with story first. I'm going to give the story a fucking 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll echo 4 out of 10. It's not really there. It's a framing device, if anything, and that's barely what it is.
Yeah, it's there to just kind of set up the thing. I don't know if they're going to have some grand narrative, or once they get done with all 8 maps, we'll have something like interesting going on there. I barely paid attention to it. Like, I watched the cutscenes. I watched the opening one. I think I watched that one twice, but you're not in there for that, so can't really punish the game too much for not having something interesting there. But yeah, it's not good. So 4 out of 10.
I'll give the story a solid 9. No, I'm just kidding. I'll go 5. I think it's fine. I think it could have been cooler if they would have added some more elements to it. But honestly, kind of like you guys said, that's not really what we're in this game for. We're not in this game for like a creepy like world building story. We're in this game to play it together and like fuck around and burn goats, which is hilarious.
We're here to burn goats.
Yeah, the men who fry goats. And like watching the trailer, that was what made me laugh. Is like watching them pour the fucking gas canister on the goat and just burn it alive. I was like, wow, I need to get this game. It's only $5. So I'd probably give it a 5. So
the popularity of this game is interesting, I guess. I guess the next thing is gameplay, and we kind of went over how the game plays. Do you want to add anything to that? A4?
I don't know how much I can add because, it really just is go around, find the goats / rats, kill them until you get 10, and then that's how you win the game. It's not insanely complicated. It's just more like see if you can avoid the jump scare of the big bad ghost woman on either map before you can kill 10 of whatever you need to win the game.
I definitely thought
it's not super complicated.
Yeah, I definitely thought that it was a very original concept when we first played it.
yeah, Wait, only when we first played it.
When we first played it, and having to go around, burn goats, and like there's some lady after you. I thought it was a like cool little like run around thing that had some great opportunity for scares, and I really enjoyed my time, and I really enjoyed playing with you guys over Steam and over its in-game chat. And its in-game chat functions way better than Phasmophobia as well. So that was a nice little change there. A4, what do you think about the gameplay? Schweiss has someone at the door.
Again, it's very simple. I think it's effective as long as you have co-op partners, but really it just comes down to like it's kind of like Slender in some of those games where you're more or less just sort of brute forcing your way through, killing as many of these goats as possible, and just sort of like we had to cheese it to beat it. And when it came to the asylum map, we had to sort of like rely on her getting stuck in order to finish it. So I would give the gameplay a 7 out of 10, I think, at most.
Okay. 7 out of 10. That's a. I think I had more fun than that. I would give it an 8 out of 10 personally, just because of how much fun it was, and the jump scares really worked on me. So that was cool.
It's definitely fun. It's just like as far as gameplay goes, it seems more RNG in terms of like when the monster is around you and when it can kill you, as opposed to say something more strategic. Like we had to literally lock all those goats in the one room near the beginning of the farmhouse to finish them in the farmhouse map. And when it came to the asylum map, she got stuck. So I think that takes some points away in my book.
All right, so gameplay wise, it's fun. It's a fun little co-op game. It only costs $5. I think I got it on sale 25% off for $4 when I bought the copies for myself and for the other guys. I think I bought this one for Joe, and I bought it for someone else as well. I can't remember who. I bought it for Joe and Jake. I think that's what I did. The gameplay is weird. It's a little bit janky. I mean, we beat the last level with a like glitch where the chick was like clipping into the wall or the door frame or something. More or less. So like it's it's not the best gameplay, and it's pretty simplistic, but it is a lot of fun. Especially the map. I liked that asylum one because we couldn't use our cheap like method. I think it was fun figuring out how to rip the game off. It gave itself
its own cheap method for us. I don't know how to beat that game for real, you know?
Yeah, I don't know how the hell we would ever do it. Like, you'd have to be so fucking cautious and quiet. But even then, sometimes, like, I feel like I sneak around and I go into a room and then I close the door behind me and then she, like, goes away for a second and then she, like, bursts through the door and grabs you. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, how am I ever going to get out of here without getting grabbed? I don't know. I don't know if it's possible. I mean, there's achievements for beating it on Nightmare, like, by yourself. And I'm just like, it's already a nightmare with 4 people.
Yeah, for real. It's not easy.
No, it's fucking hard. But I think it plays pretty well. I didn't really have too many problems in the gameplay category, and I did have fun. And that's, to me, that was the whole point of buying the game, was to have this little like spooky experience that's multiplayer.
Ooh,
and it's fun.
Have
a
spooky experience as a group. It's a group of friends together, guys. Let's go have a spook experience.
Just friends, just us guys.
Just us guys, you know?
It is, though, like, it is a scary game. The way it's set up and the way that she sort of just barrels at you when she finds out where you are.
Yeah, when she sees me, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
When she sees where Schweiss is.
She wants me bad. Like, I even put someone in between me and her, and she walked past them and got me. And I was like, come on. Like, are you fucking serious? I don't want to get grabbed every time. There's achievements for getting grabbed, so, like, I'm the only one that has it. She's like, where is he? Where is he? He left the toilet seat up again.
I wonder if it punishes you extra because you were the one hosting the game.
Oh, maybe. It's like I killed the host. I killed the whole thing. Killed the host and I win.
That's right. They coded that in.
Yeah. But yeah, it is scary. And like, you think you've escaped sometimes, and she gets you anyway. Like, or the times when she sneaks up behind you, that's when it's really good. But it is a cheap jump scare. It's not like the world building, like the tension building that you get out of like Resident Evil or Last of Us, or I would say Phaz. It doesn't build.
You get a little bit of tension building with this game, but it's not like like you said, it's not as strong as Resident Evil or Phaz.
The tension in this one is because you're frustrated trying to find all the goats, and then you find one and you drop it when she picks you up. When she takes you away, you drop it and it just skitters away.
There's a goat in that room. There's a goat.
Yeah, you're just gonna scream.
Kind of, but like I will argue that this one has a really good sense of atmosphere.
It does. Well, speaking of, I guess we can talk about the art.
Oh,
What did you give gameplay?
I'll give it a 7. I think it's good.
3 7s. Jackpot.
Time to go to Vegas.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.
You already gave it a 7.
4 7s, even better.
Don't you remember we didn't have to pause this fucking recording for 25 minutes for Schweiss's neighbor to accuse him of his dog biting children?
Yeah, like there's a lot of things about that dog that I don't like. That's not one of them. He would be very gone.
And then she met the dog and was like, oh yeah, this dog wouldn't bite anybody. It's like, okay, I'm glad you could see that now.
Yeah, man, that was weird.
I wasn't sure, Schweiss. There was a moment where I'm like, did he lie about the dog being back in his yard? Because all you did was walk out there, come back. It's like, yeah, he's still there.
Yeah. Yeah, he was happy to see me. I locked him outside and it started raining, and he's like, "Oh, look, it's the master." Like, yeah, shit. So 7s across the board for the gameplay. Sound and music. What do you guys think of the atmosphere? What do you guys think of the voice acting? There's a little bit of voice cast. Music. Goat bleats.
I thought the sound design, I can't really remember any of the music in the game, if there was any.
I don't think there is any.
Yeah, but I thought the sound design was excellent. And it is the thing, more so than the visuals or the situation, that makes you jump the fuck out of your seat.
Yeah.
Is the sound design, creepy noises. I mean, it is like stock creepy noises stuff. The way it's mixed and how everything works is really good. And then the team, the in-game chat is also really functions really well, which is something I pulled. I docked a point off of from the Phasmophobia review, and this is the same function, but it works better. So I'm going to give the sound / music, although I don't remember any music. It might have been some humming, some like creepy, tones, but I can't honestly remember. However, I do remember the sound design reaching my ears, and I had the thought, I was like, the sound design is excellent. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
All right, shit. What about you, A4? What do you think about sound and music?
It's not as good as Phaz. I would give it a 7, I think. The music isn't really as good. The sound design is good, but something about the atmosphere, it's just not the same as Phasmophobia. You don't sort of have those random like noises that make you feel like something is going on in the room that you're not in. It's decent. I would give it a 7, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I mean, Phaz is kind of the king on high for me. But this one does have, I think it builds the tension well. It's not as engrossing as it is in those other games that we've brought up, Phaz or like Resident Evil, like where it really is a big part of it. The biggest part for sound is when she grabs you and screams, and it's like a 40, and then everything else is like a 7.
Yeah, but someone had to like figure that shit out, and also figure out that like what the levels needed to be in order to give you a good jump scare.
Yeah, so you turn it up.
Yeah, but there's more to it than that. Like when I was playing Village, there's just little tiny sounds here and there that make you feel like a little creak here and there, or a little snap here and there that make you feel like someone's in another room.
Yeah.
Somewhat close, but not exactly in the same room that you're in.
Yeah.
Not that this game would have needed that, but I think Phaz did better on the whole.
Yeah, and like games like Doom 3 or like Dead Space, where like in Doom 3 there's there's a corner. I seriously walked into a corner one time, and it was this like lady just whispered like, "Help me," or something like that. And it's like little things like that are just really creepy. Just help build the shit out of the area. And in this one, the environment is creepy, for sure. Like a dark asylum, all fucked up, and like a rainy night, and the building's like breaking open, and the environment.
It is cool that like the storm gets more intense as you get closer to getting 10 goats or 10 rats.
Yeah,
that is a cool feature.
And it does build, but it's not. To me, it's not quite as immersive.
I had my nice headphones on. I thought it sounded fucking great.
It does sound good, though. I'm going to give it an 8. And it does build for the creepy thing. I just feel like the scare wears off faster in this one than it does in some of the others.
It's a cheaper scare.
It is, yeah,
because it's all jump.
It is, and plus, I feel like if you would have been down in the trenches with us when we first started playing Faz, like you would have a different approach, because we were really bad at that game and we died a lot, and it was a lot scarier when you don't know what to fucking do.
Fair
and
enough.
You're getting snagged and you get the grudge sound or like the ghost screaming at you.
You're not like the SWAT equivalent of this ghost hunting group where you're like, check the corners.
Yeah. We fucking flashbang the house before we come in. Ghost is down. I repeat, ghost is down.
Not in this game.
Quite not that efficiency, yeah.
In this game, Faz, no. In like Village, you absolutely are, but that's a completely different thing.
You know, A4, you keep on bringing up other games like this game could ever be compared to another game ever.
Yeah.
Come on, A4.
That's fair.
Art and graphics. How do you guys think this game looks?
I think it looks okay. I was a little disappointed in the upskirt, honestly. I'm going to be honest here on that asylum level. Just looks kind of gross in there. Like, I mean, she's wearing panties or something, but like it just, like I don't know, man. I was hoping for something like obscene or just something hot, and I got neither. I just got like plain, just straight up. I don't know. The map designs are cool. The chicks are pretty scary looking. Like they're pretty like unnerving. I like the way
both maps. Yeah.
The movement of them as well.
Yeah, that's very.
Not even that when they grab you and you get a close up, even though like the jump scare is kind of worn off because you've already gotten got. Like they look
still
creepy.
Jumped the fuck throughout this whole entire experience.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did jump a lot, and it's part of it's just how loud it is when they grab you, but and then what happens, you just drop all your shit and it's all over. Yeah, I think it looks. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's a well polished game. The visuals aren't like they are kind of stock for a lot of the stuff. I think the house design is really good. I think the asylum design is really good.
The hay design is pretty awful.
Yeah.
The little bundles of hay you find, it's just like, what the fuck is that? Is it a towel? Like,
yeah, it does kind of look like a towel.
Yeah.
Unity's not quite there yet. I assume this game is running in Unity.
It is. It said it on the when I did the web search on the background.
So I know what a bundle of sticks is called, but what's a bundle of hay called? Is it a haggis? Or like, do they have a different name? Or I guess it's just a bale. It's just a bale of hay. Hey, can I buy?
It's definitely an N-word. It's definitely an N-word.
Can I buy a truckload of haggis, please? Excuse me, boy. Hey, there's bundles of hay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it is kind of weird looking, and the character models are pretty stock. I like how you can get.
I think they're ugly as shit.
They're not great.
The guy you play as is hideous. He's probably worse looking than the bad guys.
Because you guys picked the other ones, and I was like, I guess I'll pick this guy.
Joe picked like the fat Asian guy. I unlocked the fucking cultist dude who just looks like a zombie. So
yeah, I played the suave like old man with white hair. And
you picked like Jordan Peterson with a beard.
Yeah.
I think Jordan Peterson has a beard.
He
With
does
like a bigger
most of the
beard.
Oh, sometimes he doesn't. Like, okay.
But this guy always does.
Yeah,
There's a
there
biological difference between this ghost lady and us.
Yes, go ahead, Jordan. I'm sure you have more to say.
Well, all I do is eat salted meat, and my daughter has a great book.
And a rockin' body. Did you see that Halloween costume where she was the lobster? Woo! Seafood's on the menu tonight.
Eh?
That was pretty awesome. I was like, man, I've never wanted to fuck a crustacean before. Right now, I cracked that fucking thing open with this crab beater, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd give her some of my butter, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Someone send this to Michaela Peterson. We'll see if we get a response.
yeah. Hey, professional podcast. We could be on. I'd be on your show. I suppose.
What are we going to talk about?
I don't know, man.
I have weird diets. We could talk about that.
Yeah, like we got keto. You know.
Yeah.
I'd like to fail at keto.
I do OMAD keto.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
And I like your dad a lot. Yeah, maybe I'm annoyed when you're on the show too, but and maybe not.
I actually listen to her show when there's a good guest on there. I'm
Oh,
subscribed
really?
to it, yeah.
She always annoys me a little bit. I found out why though. It's 'cause she's not as smart as me. She said what her IQ was after she was really ill and recovered.
Yeah,
she said
I
it
know.
went up a few points, and I was like, "Ha, idiot!" That's why I don't like her. It's got to be smarter than me if she's a woman. If it's a dude, it could be some idiot. I'll listen to him. But
You ever go around and be like, should I brag about my IQ? Should I?
sometimes,
Because I know mine's high. I
sometimes
know yours is higher than mine, dickhole.
If you brag about your IQ, though, your IQ's not that big.
everyone knows it.
Just straight up.
I do have some IQ envy, I'll be honest. It's not fair.
Yeah, I mean, it
I
isn't
assume
fair.
I have a decently high IQ based on other people. I'm not bragging about it, though, because then other people...
But did you take
I
a
don't know.
test?
We
I
have,
did when I was in school, like years ago in school, they gave me the fucking, I was in the gifted program or whatever, but it's just I'm not going around being like, yeah, I'm not this IQ, because if you do, it just seems like an invitation
Will you
to...
send it to us in the chat later, A4? We must compare IQ
the
says.
gifted A4. It doesn't mean what you think it means. When they say you're in the gifted class, did you notice how many of those kids were eating glue compared to your normal class?
Hey, man, glue is fucking delicious.
I know, buddy. I know. Oh man, no. It really doesn't matter. I mean, and honestly, it's weird because part of me is I don't know how these things can function, but it's always been within a few points whenever I've taken one. So I'm like, maybe, I don't know, but does it matter? I mean, fuck, I don't know. I work at the post office. Does it fucking mean anything?
Well, you work at the post office and you aren't trying to kill yourself because you're a high IQ individual in a low necessary IQ job.
Maybe I'm underutilizing myself.
You're underutilizing yourself. You definitely are.
What if I take over though? What if I take over completely?
I mean, that would work.
What if I'm Louis DeJoy's replacement?
I don't know who the fuck that is.
That's the postmaster
No,
general.
I don't have enough IQ points to know who the fuck that is.
He's the big honcho. He was the guy that rigged the election.
Oh, through the mail?
Yeah,
of course.
He rigged it the wrong way though, because his boss is lost, so he's really bad at his job. That's why. That's why he's a low
Are we
IQ
talking about
guy.
this past election, or are we talking about a different election?
This last one, yeah. So that's why it's low IQ people in high. He was a low IQ guy in a high IQ position. He had one job to do, and he fucking did the opposite of that job.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, conspiracy theories on Nude Clan.
But speaking of high IQ, what would you give the graphics for Devour?
Man, I'm probably going to give it a 9. I think for being...
A 9? Fuck.
Yeah, for being what this game is, it looks pretty good. It looks better to me than Faz. I know we keep comparing it to that, but it's another game that uses a lot
It
of
does
stock
look better
stuff.
than Faz.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, but it's not that hard to look better than Faz. Faz seems like it's using stock Unity assets.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the way the game looks. I think the environment is pretty solid.
Your familiarity with Unity suggests an animation degree.
Yeah. Did you waste
I don't
money
know what
on
you're talking about, Joe.
You could have just flushed that money down the toilet.
A4, what did you
Instead.
want to do with it? Sorry, I'll have to ask that later.
And then some poor wretch that's living in the sewer could have gotten a few of your dollars instead of it just
I got a film
disappearing.
degree, but I'm not in debt for it.
I know. I was going to get a high school diploma too. Fucking
High school diploma 2?
yeah, the fucking
The associate's degree?
no. It's a business management degree. It's just
Sorry, whoops.
that's just high school diploma
That's
too.
high school diploma 2.
Schwartz could be managing Betos right now, but he's not.
Yeah.
You can't manage Betos. You don't know Spanish.
I could pick it up. I know how to say
No hablas español.
I know how to say that. I can tell him I don't speak Spanish. Should
That's
be
me
enough.
telling you you don't speak Spanish.
Oh,
how
see.
do you say I don't speak Spanish?
He could say
No
he could
habla
say
español.
He could say work faster. He could say
You're a girl.
rapido.
No hablo.
Yeah, I could just say rapido over and over,
Rápido.
and I could do it.
Pronto.
I could do it in German too.
Mach schnell.
Yeah, mach schnell.
Necesito tu amor.
It's necessary to work faster.
Necesito tu amor ahora. I need your love.
We get it, Joe. You
Wow.
lived in California. Woohoo.
Ooh, I'm
Yeah.
studying Spanish for like an hour or two every single day now. A4.
I kind of want to, but there's people at work I could talk Spanish with, but
Well, you could just get a flashcard program, learn some phrases, and start fucking around with them and see if it's fun.
the fucking around with
Duolingo, I
the
believe Duolingo is free. So
Don't use that fucking program. It's bad.
I use them.
Don't use an app to learn a language.
I used the memorize for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get like you got to get like a chunk of vocabulary. You can use those programs for that, but learning like drilling grammar will make you want to kill yourself, and it's also not very useful at all. There's a guy named Stephen Krashen who has done a lot of research on language acquisition, and it just turns out that is just probably the worst way of learning languages, and that's how they teach languages in school. When they're wondering how well you speak a language, they test your grammar, which is terrible. That's a terrible way to figure out how good someone is at a language.
Yeah,
It's like people are fluent in English and their grammar is terrible when they're writing,
that's true, and it's not like people
but
would.
they can communicate just fine.
Yeah, if they would be talking to you, you wouldn't know they have bad grammar.
Right.
Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah. I did make a kid laugh
But
saying that I
that's
had
what Duolingo does.
a large sausage in Fortnite one time.
Nice.
It was this probably 10-year-old.
what in German?
No, I told him in Spanish. I said muy grande
Ich habe
chorizo.
ich habe ein Weißwurst in meine Hose.
Yeah, yeah.
What
But-
are we talking about? Oh yeah, sound.
Sound.
Graphics.
Graphics.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
graphics.
shit,
graphics. Looks good, but I don't know.
Looks all right.
I'm gonna give it a solid 6. I think the design of the monster itself is great. I think I like the asylum map way better than the farmhouse, but it really feels kind of low effort in terms of graphics. Honestly, it's not amazing.
I don't think it's low effort. I do think it's a cheaper game.
You should try Lunch Lady.
Yeah,
if
you should try
want
some
low
other
effort.
games. we'll be
That's
reviewing in
fair.
the
I
future.
haven't played Lunch Lady.
I think I'll give the graphics a 7 because I think there's a lot of cool atmospheric stuff that they're doing that the look of the game really helps out with. I think the goats are kind of like crazy looking. I think like burning them on fire is kind of cool. But there are some things in the game that look real low rent, so it's bringing it down to a 7 for me.
Fair enough. What
that it?
about you, Afer?
Is that everybody's score?
I already said 6. Yeah.
Oh, you said 6. That's right. All right, guys. The last category, some would say, I would say, the most important category, especially for a game of this type. Replayability. How likely are you guys to play this game again? Did you play it again at the time? What would you give replayability, Joe?
I would give replayability a 5 out of 10. I would play it until I beat it with my friends. And because the maps do not change and there's only 2 of them right now, my likelihood of going back to it is about 50% because 50-50 on whether or not they add another map, and I would go back into that game with someone else. So 5 out of 10.
All right. Yeah, I'll probably give it a 6. I did play it again. Jake and I hopped on and we like ground out some of the achievements in the game because my PlayStation's been down and out for a while, and I haven't had that like fix, that drug hitting the vein, the bloodstream of getting like an achievement unlocked. So we played it for like a couple hours, just like harvesting all the collectibles and getting some of the achievements for like stunning the girl, which you can do like even when she's super pissed if you get her twice with the light. So I think that's how you can. I feel like that's how you can beat her, but I don't think it works when she's storming. Like when she's fucking raging around the house. I don't think that shit works at all.
I mean, unless there's something really precise you need to do that we have no idea.
Yeah.
Of.
But I offered us to play it the week after we beat it, and we didn't. Like, I was like, we could play that on hard mode, and Joe was like, we're not playing it on hard mode. It's already hard enough. And I was like, that's fair.
Yeah, dude, fuck that. I'm not doing that again.
We're going to have to cheese it somehow again on hard mode. Hopefully she gets stuck.
Because hard mode, they have holes in all the walls all of a sudden for the goat level.
And then also a big hole in the wall for her. It's just fucking rancid.
Just open.
Yeah, there's no walls. It's just, the goats are just sprinting off into the distance like, shit. It's hard, though, so I don't know. It's fun, and it was a good time, but I don't think... Unless they release another map, I don't think I'm playing this game again. Like I just don't think I am.
No,
I did mess around for a minute.
It was fun while it lasted.
And it was fun while it lasted. It was a good time. I thought I was fun playing with you guys.
For $5, yeah. Those 2 maps are worth it.
Definitely. I think it's worth.
We got like 4 or 5 hours of gameplay time out of that.
Yeah,
right?
not bad. Not bad for what we paid for it. I would give this a 6 on replayability. I think the 2 maps are good. There is a little bit of an RNG aspect in terms of like where the goats / rats are going to be and like where
and the keys,
the monster itself is going to be.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's very samey.
Yeah, fair enough. So A4, could you average those scores out?
Yeah.
I have a 35 out of 50 for Schweiss. I have a 30 out of 50 for myself. And I have a 33 out of 50 for Joe, which means Schweiss gave it a 70 out of 100. I gave it a 60, and Joe gave it a 66 out of 50. And if you give me 1 second here to pull up my calculator app.
Times them all. No.
Yeah. Plus 60 plus 66.
Divided by 150.
3. I guess that averages out to a 65 and a third out of 100.
We round down, so it's 65.
So 65 out of 100 for the 3 of us, yes.
Yep. There's a couple episodes where you guys said, we're rounding up, and I'm like, I'm listening on the other end, and I'm like, no, you fucking aren't.
In the
You're
past,
just screaming at your phone.
in the past, I have heard us say we round up.
Yeah.
Years
we were
ago,
wrong.
like in the beginning.
We round down.
In the ancient days, in our
Because, and this is the reason why.
in our genesis of our podcast.
If for some reason we hit 99 point something out of 100,
we have to round down.
we have to round down. We can't give that game a perfect score if it didn't earn it.
No. Only one game has earned a perfect score from us, right? Isn't it just God of War?
It's God of War.
God of War and Doom, I thought.
Doom, I didn't give it 100. And I don't think Craig did either.
Really?
Yeah.
Doom 2016.
Yeah. It got really fucking high.
I gave it all 10s.
Joe gave it a perfect score, yeah.
I swear.
Joe's
whatever.
I gave that one all 10s, and I gave Far Cry Primal all 10s, I think.
Joe's the Famitsu guy that
Or
fucks
something
up
close to
everything.
I'm looking at Metacritic for Devour. It does not have like critic scores. The user score is 7.6. So we're significantly lower than that of the 65, but
Yeah.
Well, I would like to say some recent events have shaded our views of Devour, but you guys can find that out next week on Nude Clan. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Check out the description below for all of our links. If you could support us on Patreon, that would be great. If you could watch us live on Twitch when we record, we put out an announcement in Discord that happens on Sundays. We try to do it the first Sunday of the month. We did not do that this time.
Or last time, or the time before.
Is that all 3 times in a row?
I think so.
I thought it was just the 2. But maybe I'm wrong.
One of them we didn't even record at all.
and
So.
regardless of whether
Join
you
the
watch us
Discord.
live on Twitch or not, we are putting these episodes up on youtube.com/Nude Clan Gaming.
Yes, and we are trying to. Not only has A4 edited some like gameplay footage stuff that you can watch there, but we are going to try to improve the quality of the video, the podcast videos, as we go along here. We got a new camera, got a new background, and hopefully we get something a little bit more dynamic set up.
Pencil dick beers, like everything. We got it all.
Yeah, you can see everything that we're drinking on
It's
the
very
table.
slimming.
The only person that's missing is A4. He's just the ghost in the room.
Yeah. All Zach did.
I can stream on video, but apparently that causes their OBS to crash. So hopefully in the future you will see me.
Yeah, don't know what's
Get,
going on there.
Seriously.
Hopefully you will see me get exceptionally drunk. But until then,
You'll just hear it.
There
yes,
you go.
exactly.
Anyways, we'll see you next time.
Live always in the nude.
Walk with your cock held high.
Fuck off.
No!